All right, today we're talking about something that feels like a real turning point for designers, artists, well, pretty much any creative professional. It's a new AI toolkit called FLUX.1, and it's not just another image generator. It's built from the ground up to fix some of the most annoying problems in AI art.
You know, for a while now, AI tools have been fantastic for getting ideas out, but they always seem to stumble right at the finish line. They get you like 90% of the way there, but that last 10%, well, that's where all the frustrations really kick in.
I mean, we've all seen it, right? You ask for a simple, clean sign that just says open, and what you get back looks like some kind of alien hieroglyphics. This has been a huge roadblock for anyone trying to do serious graphic design with these tools.
And then there's the consistency problem. It's a total nightmare. You'll spend forever crafting the perfect character for a comic or a storyboard, but the second you try to generate them in a new pose or a new scene, suddenly they've got a different haircut, their face is all wrong, it's just unusable for any kind of storytelling.
And finally, there's just a complete lack of control. You can write this beautifully detailed prompt, a red ball on top of a blue box, and the AI gives you a blue ball that's kind of melting into a red puddle. They call this instruction drift, where all your ideas just bleed together. It's made any kind of precision work feel impossible.
So, what if an AI was built specifically to fix all of this? What if it wasn't designed for random, pretty pictures, but for actual, predictable precision engineering? Well, that's the core idea behind FLUX.1.
And get this, it's not coming from just some random new company. Black Forest Labs was started by the actual researchers who gave us the original stable diffusion. So these are the pioneers. They've got serious funding, and their whole mission is to turn generative AI from a fun toy into a professional-grade tool. At its core, FLUX.1 is just massive. It's a 12 billion parameter model. You can think of parameters as kind of like the AI's neurons. The more it has, the better it gets at understanding all the tricky, subtle relationships in your prompts.
But it's not just about being bigger. It's about being smarter. It uses this new technique called rectified flow. Here's the best way to think about it. Older models took this long, winding country road to create your image, and then get lost all the time. Rectified flow is like a straight, clean superhighway from your prompt to the final picture. Fewer wrong turns means way fewer errors.
And this comparison really lays it all out. That old way was prone to all that instruction drift we were just talking about. But this new approach gives you incredible prompt fidelity. That's the key phrase. The AI doesn't just guess what you want. It feels like it actually understands you.
Now, this isn't just one single tool that does everything. No, FLUX.1 is actually a whole family of models. It's a toolkit with a specialized version for basically any kind of job you can think of.
And you can see the strategy here. First, you've got the Pro model. That's the big one, the powerhouse for high-end commercial work. Then there's Dev for all the researchers and tinkerers out there to play with. And my favorite? Schnell, which is German for fast, is for super quick mock-ups. We're talking images in just 1 to 4 steps. It's crazy fast.
Okay, so the tech is cool, but what does this actually mean for a designer on a deadline? Let's look at how FLUX.1 takes on those 3 big headaches we talked about at the beginning.
First up, the big one, typography. As this quote says, for years, the fact that AI couldn't handle text was pretty much the #1 reason it wasn't taken seriously for professional work. It was the Achilles heel of this whole field.
Well, FLUX.1 pretty much cracks the code, and it's not even that complicated. You just have to follow a few simple rules in your prompt. Put your text in quotes, describe the font style you want, define the contrast, and tell it exactly where to put it. Do that, and you get crisp, clean, usable text. Okay, next up, logos and icons. This is so cool. Using these little specialized adapters, they're called LoRAs, designers can create incredibly precise logos. You can combine things, like a fox silhouette inside a mountain range. And here's the real game changer. You can generate icons that can be converted to SVGs. That means they're scalable vectors, so they'll look sharp at any size.
And for all you background artists and 3D modelers out there, check this out. FLUX.1 can act like a super sophisticated texture generator. It can create these beautiful, intricate patterns, think Mediterranean tiles or complex fabrics, that tile seamlessly. You can repeat them forever with no visible seams.
So, making a great image from scratch is one thing. But what comes next? The real magic is in the editing. What if you could work with the AI, like a creative partner, not just a vending machine? Well, that's what FLUX.1 Kontext is all about. I mean, just imagine this for a second.
What if you could take literally any picture, give it to the AI, and just tell it what to change, in plain English, just like you would with another human designer sitting next to you?
That's the power of Kontext. It lets you go back and forth, editing and refining. You can use reference photos to lock in a character's face so they stay consistent. You can take the style from one image and just paint it onto another one. And you can make these tiny surgical changes, like make that car red or change the text on that sign, without messing up the rest of the image.
So when you put this all together, what does it mean? It means we're moving past just simple image generation. With tools like Kontext, the AI is actually becoming a co-designer. It's an active collaborator in the whole creative process.
And when you look at how it stacks up against the competition, you really see where it shines. Yeah, a tool like Midjourney is amazing for creating beautiful, artistic images. But when it comes to technical precision, getting the text right, getting the composition right, following the prompt exactly, FLUX.1 is just in a league of its own. This is already starting to change the way designers work. You're going to spend less time on the grunt work of actually making the assets and a lot more time on the high-level creative stuff, coming up with the big ideas, finding the right references, and then guiding the AI through all those little edits to get it perfect. And the implications for the whole industry are pretty huge. Small studios can now compete with big agencies. The workflow itself is going to change. It'll be less about writing one perfect prompt and more about building and curating libraries of reference images. And that old wall between pixel-based AI art and clean, vector-based design, yeah, that's starting to come down.
Which really just leaves us with this one last big question. As these tools stop being just simple generators and become real creative partners, what does it even mean to be a designer or an artist or a creator anymore? The future is going to be interesting.